We're live, and we're back. On PARANORMASIGHT. Let's get. Oh, hold on. My throat. Today's been a good day, and let's continue making it good. Let's party. Let me just readjust my mic real quick. Alright, so we finished a chapter. Hello, Ahmad, and welcome back. Let's continue. Actually, yeah, we only have one route here, and that's Arnav. Alright. More Arnav? I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Oh wait, yeah, give me a moment, hold up. Let me just set everything up before we jump into it here. Okay, anyways, this thing on? I think it is. Alright, here we go. Hello, this is Ikoma. I'm calling about the seafloor investigation. I asked an armor diver to investigate the area because I was keen to get results as soon as possible. However, she has not returned. Which is why we're headed out there ourselves to assess the situation. We've nothing else to do, after all.
So we asked an armor diver to investigate the seafloor in the area.
I guess in a place like this it would be faster to hire an armor than a regular diver. Even in this age, you can still get some armors to do contracted dives, huh? It appears she was contracted to investigate for about an hour, at which point she was to return, even if empty-handed. I suppose the intent was just for her to survey the area to start with.
However, several hours passed with no word from the diver. I can see why Ikoma is worried.
We'll start by checking out the location. We can request a police search after if need be. Sussy, do you have a bad feeling about this?
I do. Ever since we first heard about this.
I see.
There's a strong negative spirit energy in the air that has only intensified as we approach the spot. Something happened there.
The diver didn't make it back. Is it safe for us to go?
I have a talisman that repels evil. It should be fine.
Well, if you say so. Worst comes to worst, we'll reunite in the afterlife.
Understood. Leave it to me.
Bro is not scared.
There's something there!
Ooh, abandoned, sketchy-looking ghost ship. It's got that green aura on it. Flying Dutchman-ass fucking boat. That must be the armor diver's boat. There doesn't appear to be anyone around. How unsettling.
You're right. There's something terrible here.
Is it really that bad?
It is. I can tell from even this distance. It's coming from the bucket.
Oh, cursed bucket. What's in the box? Oh, it's got that sign!
It's saturated with sinister spiritual energy. There's some real powerful cuss inside.
What's in the box? What's in the box? 7, what's in the box? Inside the bucket. Does that mean the armor... Oh, I misclicked, sorry. Does that mean the armor diver found something on the seafloor and brought it up to the surface? And perhaps succumbed to the curse while trying to get it out?
Yes, unfortunately. As we cannot say for certain what misfortune this curse may call forth, I need you to remain cautious.
Can you dispel curses, Cersei?
It depends on the curse itself, but I believe I may be able to handle one of this caliber.
That's a relief. Is it really safe for us to approach that boat, though?
Yes, it's fine. For me, at least.
Understood. If anything happens to me then, I'll leave the rest to you. God forbid.
Oh my! There's a small metal box in the bucket. This has to be the source.
Can we take it?
Yes, provided I can overpower the malice it's engulfed in. Ha! Wingardium Leviosa! Expecto Patronum! That was it. It should be safe to touch now. I'll leave that part to you.
No problem. It's pretty heavy. What do you think this box is exactly?
It appears to be quite old. It likely dates back to the same time period as your map. Here, take a look at the symbol on top of the box. Do you recognize it from anywhere?
Oh! This is that strange symbol we saw on the map.
It's thus fair to say that the map was leading us toward this exact box.
That only makes its identity all the more intriguing. There's some strange lines on the side. Perhaps it is some sort of pattern. It appears to be open from the top, but it's not budging at all. It would take quite a lot of strength to force it open.
I believe this box has been sealed with a powerful spiritual energy. It was probably sealed by a skilled sorcerer a long time ago. I doubt it will be opened by any normal means.
I can feel something shifting whenever I turn it. There must be some kind of mechanism inside.
Then I suppose you'll want to align the box with the spiritual energy of this place.
In English, please?
It is likely that the mechanism for unlocking the box is activated by orientating the box in the right directions in the right order.
I see. So I have to figure out where to point it. Leave it to me. Now then, how to open this metal box? I should investigate the box and rotate it so I can get a good look at all four sides. Wow, that wasn't hard at all. Okay. So we got this here. Yes. How do we align it perfectly? We can do this without clues, I promise. Okay, and then this one. Oh, there's more. Okay, we should look around real quick. Which one could this be? It appears to be this one. Yeah, this it's kind of stretching it. This one, yes. Here we go. And then this one here. Why is it reversed though? That's so weird. Hold up. Maybe it's not this one. Wait, I was looking at the wrong one, wasn't I? Okay, perhaps I was. I know for certain this is it. But now? Oh, hold on. Let me close the window real quick. Sorry, someone's doing laundry work and I don't want it smelling like grass in here. Or ass. Your ass is grass and I'm the grassman, punk. Okay, anyways. That island may look isolated, but it's actually Kamishima. There was a poster for it at the inn.
Whoa!
Whoa, what's so amazing about it?
I can feel a horrible presence even from all the way over here. Almost like some sort of curse. How can I best put it? Like some persistent heavy grudge. I think it's coming from the island south.
It looks quite normal to me. Is it really that bad?
It is. I'd rather not go there. It'll make me feel sick.
Interesting. Something's going down to Kamishima. The far shore we see here is Toba's Arashima in Uramura, I believe.
I hear Uramura District's oyster harvest is so plentiful that you can find all-you-can-eat clam buffets from fall to winter there.
Really? We should have come during a different season. I would have loved some fresh oysters. The closest shore to us is the east side of the Shima Peninsula. What's up, Riddler? We're solving another riddle here. Can't you believe it? We got a good view from here. I think I can see all the way from Ichika to Kazaki.
That's right. Both have a lot of armor, but Kazaki is especially known as a holy ground for armor divers.
The weather's great and the sea is calm. Yet there's something unsettling in the air.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Are you trying to scare me? No, it is indeed scary. It is very spooky scary. This is definitely the spot indicated by the map. We're trying to align, so right now we're just trying to figure out how to open this box. I'm trying to align it properly. I'm not sure how. What if? All I know is this, right here, matches this, right? Do I just rotate it like that? No? Something ought to happen. Ooh. That cutoff was very, double A? What cutoff? Wait, what are you talking about? Is my audio cutting off? It's perfectly aligned. Now what? Oh wait, it has to be in order. 1, 1, 2. Okay, I see. So 1. Where's 1? I believe it's right here. 1. Oh! I felt something move inside the box! I must be on the right track!
Nice, keep at it!
Okay, 1. Okay, 2. Right here. Here we go, yes. Alright, I'm on fire! That's 2. Oh yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it is indeed Ace Attorney style. Okay, where is it? Where's the third one? Come on, give it to me. Right here. Yes, it's here. I found it.
Good job. Just one left.
Okay, finally, the last one. I know where it is. It's like, give it to me. Yeah, give it to me. Or I thought I knew where it is. Oh, that's stretching it a bit. That is stretching it a bit. Yeah, no, that's not it. Steady. All right, Taishima. Yes, it's open. See, easy riddle.
Congratulations! What's inside?
Let's see. Huh? What is this? Some kind of small wooden carving.
Oh?
Curse stone acquired. Curse of the Forsaken Fish? It's the mermaid curse thing? Oh god. Oh no. Whoa! Something came out. Yikes! What is this? Make it stop! A deep and painful, resentful memory has invaded my mind! Drift forever, ill-doers, BS fish, perish. Wow, Nobu, you joined just in time for shit to go down. What is this? You have acquired the Curse of the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone. You can use it to turn people into fish and kill them when they are submerged in the water of Ise Bay. It can even be used at a distance, provided the target meets the requirements. Press the Use Curse button when you wish to use the curse. Oh, damn. How did he come across it? What? Yo. When they are submerged in the water of Ise Bay. I see. We found the source of the murders. What the hell was that?
I'm not certain. But I believe we may have just acquired a curse tool known as a curse stone. However, they are rarely possessed by such powerful curse echoes. How lucky!
If you truly are congratulating me, then I'll happily celebrate with you, but can I ask you something first?
Of course.
Am I cursed? Am I going to die?
I wouldn't say you are cursed, per se. There was a similar case in Tokyo last year.
Hold on for a minute. I cannot think straight. This is far too overwhelming. An incredible amount of information flooded my mind just now. I need a moment to settle before I can take in anything else.
You must mean the resentful memory held by the curse. It's a phenomenon wherein the events leading up to the curse forming are passed on to the curse bearer so that its grudge will spread. Oh, and a curse bearer refers to someone who is haunted by a curse echo and thus able to use the curse.
Stop! I already told you I can't take any new information! You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Man, this episode of JJK is getting... I know, right? Curse? What? Cursed? Curse techniques? What? I think I just learned why Taishima sunk 400 years ago! Let me sort all that out first.
Really? Tell me!
Yeah, give me a minute. Give me a minute. No, don't let him know! Oh, shit, no! He knows too much now! He's the bad guy! I'm pretty sure he's the bad guy. Look at this fucking Suguru Ghetto-looking ass. Thank you for investigating the situation for me. I was involved in an accident many years ago, so I can't bring myself to go out to sea anymore. You've been a tremendous help. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We actually got our hands on something quite valuable, so we owe you thanks as well. That's great. I'd love to hear more about what you discovered, if you don't mind. Not this guy. Not Imai again, right? Of course. No, throw him in the water before he kills anyone else. That's what I do. He may look scary, but his demeanor is surprisingly gentle and kind. He's a polite young man. People like him tend to be misunderstood because they're a little awkward. He must struggle with that kind of thing a lot. Benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. The diver I hired to perform the search was an armor diver living in Toba City by the name of Tamiko Suma. He looks like Mina cosplaying as Daigo. Why is that so accurate? Yeah, he does. He hitting the 10 years in the joint pose? He was, yes. I thought there was no way we could pull off the search, but that's when she agreed to take on my request. I feel terrible about what happened. I can only hope that she's still out there somewhere, unharmed. She had no way of knowing how dangerous this job was. Please, I'm the one who sent her out there. If there is blame to take, it is mine. Mine? It is mine? It is... I'm sorry. But still, what exactly happened out there? About that, let's start with this metal box the Amadiver found. Please do. So basically, this is the wooden carving we found inside the metal box. I see. So your map indicated the location of this wooden carving. We believe so. The question is why? Why go all the way to not just hide it, but to conceal the map in a mermaid mummy? How very intriguing. I suppose a carving like that would have had some value back in the day, but to go through all the effort to preserve it like this? I believe what was preserved was not the carving itself, but the mermaid's memory that was stored inside the curse! Dun dun dun! A curse? Dun dun what now? That's right! In other words, the one who made that box entrusted it with a message, and we are the recipients! Please calm down. I'm feeling quite lost.
I know you're quite excited, but I think we have no choice but to start explaining the curse.
That's right. It's curse chit-chat time. You may be a bit too rational to believe what I'm about to tell you, Mr. Yukuba. Even so, I ask that you try your best. Huh? If you're ready to hear it, I'm ready to say it. Come, give me your answer in the next 3 seconds. 3. I'm prepared. Please tell me. This fucking guy. I see. So the Taishima mermaid known as Hayase was killed by raiders. The hatred she left behind became a curse that entered this wooden carving. You, Avi, then inherited her curse in addition to information from 400 years ago in the form of a resentful memory.
You absorbed all of that quite efficiently. I'm impressed.
Gee, I wonder why. This is actually not the first time I've heard of what can happen if one touches a curse stone. Oh? Yes, but let's save that conversation for later. More importantly, you know what actually went down on Taishima 400 years ago? That's right. I know the truth. All of it. What happened, what didn't. I know it. You seem a bit frazzled. Do you need more time to collect your thoughts? There's no need to worry. I'm prepared, but it will take some time to explain. It's time to reveal what truly happened 400 years ago to Taishima and the mermaids. Please, do tell. Around 400 years ago, the area of Shima province, which included Taishima, was governed by the Kuki clan. The leader of the clan at the time was Kuki Sumitaka, and it was his duty to protect the secret of the 3 mermaids living on Taishima. That must have been so by Nagame and Hayase. However, the legend that eating mermaid flesh could grant immortal life was well known, so he secretly hid them on Taishima so no one would learn about their existence. It appears Sumitaka thought of the mermaids as a sacred or divine existence. The thought of seeking immortality for himself likely never crossed his mind. The land where the mermaids lived was a sanctuary that he fiercely protected at all cost. In other words, Taishima was an island where people worshipped the mermaids in secret. Is worshipped spelled wrong? Isn't it supposed to be 2 P's? I can't tell. Indeed. It meant the people living on the island were not simple commoners, but gods tasked with protecting the sanctuary and its mermaids. Sumitaka was so dedicated to keeping the mermaids secret that he kept the existence of Taishima out of historical records. The public believed the island was entirely uninhabited. Sorry. I see. By keeping its existence hidden, he was able to keep the mermaids safe. However, a vassal of Sumitaka's uncle, Yoshitaka, learned about the mermaids on Taishima. He passed this information on to Yoshitaka, who believed obtaining immortality was a must to rise to the top in an era that was often plagued by war. He commanded his vassal to lead his army to Taishima and do whatever he had to do to return with the flesh of a mermaid. Sumitaka and those on the island resisted, but the invading army was far too powerful. The island was swiftly overrun. Ultimately, Hayase was captured and brought before the vassal. The vassal tortured her, demanding she grant him the power of immortality. But Hayase did not yield, even to the most hellish torments. She screamed and cursed with despair and anger until her dying breath.
That's horrible.
The hatred Hayase felt at the moment of her death led to the creation of the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Bro, that's fucking metal. And that is what I learned from the resentful memory inside the cursed stone. But to be honest, that is only half. Half of what? Half of the memories. The other half is the memories of the one who left behind the metal box. Namely, the story of how the curse of the Forsaken Fish became a cursed stone. That reminds me, I meant to ask about the metal box. If it's been lying in the sea floor for 100 years, how come it wasn't discovered until now?
It was most likely sealed inside a rock or something until a few months ago.
So it was sealed away until a certain amount of time had passed.
No, I believe the box's unsealing may have been triggered by something.
It appears Miss Suma decided to take on my commission alone and set out to sea by herself. Perhaps things would have ended differently if there had been a boatman with her. Having failed to obtain immortality, the vassal flew into a rage. He had all inhabitants of Taishima slaughtered as revenge for keeping this secret.
This guy was the worst.
Finally, he continued his advance to the sanctuary the islanders had protected down to the last man. There he destroyed its shrine. What irony that he came so close to the secret he had been so desperate to find. Are you saying the other two mermaids were still in the sanctuary? No, they had already fled Taishima. Actually, there were two other survivors. Sumitaka's adopted daughter, Princess Hatsune, also escaped the chaos of the invasion unscathed. There was one other islander who managed to survive as well, taking with him the treasure the mermaids had protected. The mermaid's treasure. This may shed some light on the descendant you spoke of earlier. Of course, she must be descendant of the man that escaped that day. We now know she was correct when she spoke of 3 mermaids living on Taishima. So we do. Putting descendants aside for now, let's return to 400 years ago. The vassal's invasion and destruction of the sanctuary was like a trigger. As a reaction to the sanctuary's fate and their own ill-deserved deaths, the sorrow and hatred of the islanders swirled together and formed into the curse of the raging waves, a natural disaster that shook the heavens when it descended upon Taishima. The curse bombarded Taishima with violent winds, earthquakes, and thunder. Then, in a final act to protect Taishima's lost sanctuary, they sank it into the sea to destroy all evidence of it ever existing. They destroyed it? The small island of Taishima sunk swiftly under the waves. The vassal and all of his men were, of course, all killed thanks to the curse. Damn, that's fucking heavy. But one problem remained. That wasn't the end of it. Taishima was destroyed by the natural disasters caused by the curse of the raging waves. But the calamity continued for many days. It must have seemed as though it would never end. I can't imagine how terrifying it must have been. Sumitaka even sought out a famous onmyoji to dispel the curse, but he was unsuccessful. The curse would eventually sink to the bottom of the sea, alongside the sanctuary, and be sealed there. Only then did the calamity end. Yet it appears this curse was so powerful that it required a sacrifice to be truly sealed. A sacrifice? Not just any sacrifice, but a living one. Princess Hatsune offered herself up to be that sacrifice.
And we now know who Princess Hatsune was. Or is.
Do we? I forgot. You said she was Sumitaka's adopted daughter, yes? And that she lived on Taishima?
That appears to be the case. Sumitaka was evidently so taken with her that he decided to adopt her. The rumor that she threw herself down a well was likely spread to cover up the real cause of her death.
So Princess Hatsune was actually sacrificed. The seal would hold for 400 years. They must have hoped that the curse itself would fade during that time too. However, the curse of the Forsaken Fish created by Hayase also continued to linger in the same place. So the onmyoji sealed it inside the wooden carving, turning it into a curse stone. Then the same onmyoji, knowing that the seal would only last 400 years, stored his memories within the curse stone to pass on this information.
He wished to pass down his knowledge for others to use in the event the curse outlasted the 400-year lifespan of the seal. He left behind instructions on how to completely dispel the curse of the raging waves.
Indeed. I've compiled it all in my files. Huh. So that's what happened. And that wraps it up! I got all that info beamed into my brain in a flash, and yet I still managed to present it as an enticing narrative, eh? How amazing was that?
You're utterly astounding! Wow! Incredible!
Somehow I detect a hint of sarcasm. That was a lot of exposition. That was a lot of plot. That was a lot of context right there. That was fucking nuts. Whew. After Misuma found the metal box. You mean to tell me she's died?
It is likely. If we consider that the curse of the Forsaken Fish had completely saturated the metal box, it is likely already too late for her.
How horrible. Since she likely turned into a fish and died soon after, there is a high chance her transformed body will wash up on shore soon. What are you thinking about? Speaking of which, why don't we look at the shore? Anything? Any weird stuff going on? Nope, not at all. Okay. Okay, I guess we need to talk to Cersei about something here. Cersei!
Wait a second!
Is something wrong?
Avi, if someone is affected by the curse of the Forsaken Fish, the transformation starts at the feet and travels slowly up, yes?
I believe so, though it's hard to say for sure without witnessing it.
If it is true, then that may explain the true identity of the fish mermaids discovered in this area. It could have been the bodies of those who died in the middle of transforming due to the curse of the Forsaken Fish.
Oh, that's a convincing theory. Fish mermaids have been recorded as having only human heads or faces, or appearing human just from the chest or shoulders up. If the curse starts at the feet and travels upward, that would explain the variety of fish mermaids that have appeared. Yeah, the writers hella cooked this game. Yeah, no, Nobu, don't worry. I'm gonna make a video that kind of compiles the stream highlights so far of this game. Hopefully you watch it, and hopefully it gives you a good idea of what's been going on. But yeah, I plan on making like a YouTube highlights kind of compilation of the Paranormasight streams. Part 1. Yeah. Now this game's narrative is really interesting. It's a very gruesome murder mystery. I don't know how it compares to the first one, but so far it's really fucking good.
The process is so painful that most die mid-transformation. Then the curse causes the corpse to rapidly wither, forming a fibrous mass.
Gah.
It may even be the true identity of your mermaid mummy.
Interesting. Still, without analyzing it directly, there's no way to know for certain. But perhaps this is why the mermaid mummies originating from Japan are of such high quality. He's plotting something. I do not trust this guy one bit. Sketchy-ass motherfucker.
Of course, this doesn't...
Wait a minute.
Of course, this doesn't mean that all fish mermaids and mermaid mummies are authentic.
But it means there's a possibility.
Any number of fish mermaids could actually be victims of this curse. Actually, I just remembered there were 2 points from your tale I wanted to discuss.
About the events 400 years ago.
My first point concerns the vassal who tortured the mermaid in an attempt to obtain immortality. If all he needed was the mermaid's flesh, what necessity would be there in torturing her?
Oh, that's true. It could mean that the vassal ate the mermaid's flesh but did not become immortal. So he tortured her to figure out why. No way, dude. Is he really the vassal? I mean, I knew he was the bad guy. I knew he was... I have a strong feeling. I'm like 99% sure. Like how L is 99% sure, or was 99% sure of like Yagami being Kira, right? Like this is how I feel right now. Like from the first time I saw him. But really? He's the same guy. He's the same evil samurai guy. Damn.
As for the second observation, I have a theory about the area you described as a sanctuary. Could it possibly be referring to an entrance to Ryugu?
Ryugu?
It is sometimes also referred to as the eternal world or the world beyond. In some legends, mermaids are priestesses who serve under the rule of Ryugu, the god of the sea.
I see. If the sanctuary was actually an entrance to Ryugu, then that could mean the mermaids were not living on Taishima, but merely traveling there from Ryugu.
Yes, I believe that to be the case. It would also explain why the destruction of the sanctuary would inspire the fury of the god of the sea. To be honest, it's difficult to believe that the grudges of the inhabitants of Taishima would be enough to explain what happened. How could they possibly engender a curse powerful enough to sink an island and linger for more than 400 years? However, it's quite easy to believe that such a curse from Ryugu can maintain such power.
That also explains the necessity of a living sacrifice. Of course, one would be required to seal an entrance to Ryugu. But if the entrance to Ryugu was sealed, what became of the 2 mermaids that fled Taishima?
I'm guessing that entrance to Ryugu is that one hole we saw in the beginning of the game, where he was diving. Right, that hole. That mysterious hole. I think that might have been the entrance. I doubt Sobai and Nagame managed to return to Ryugu. I believe they've been living here in the human world for the past 400 years, waiting for the seal to be lifted. They just hid somewhere away from human eyes.
If that is true, then they've been successfully hiding for over 400 years.
Of course, if they were to hide themselves at the bottom of the sea, it would be practically impossible to find them. It is also possible that they've been wandering the globe rather than lingering in one place.
That could explain all the mermaid sightings around the world. They could all be the same too.
Ah, all this discussion of hiding made me realize something.
What is it?
Do you recall the story of Mr. Ikuma told us yesterday? Of the mermaid who became human?
Are you suggesting she decided to join human society because she could not return to Ryugu?
It is a possibility we should consider.
But that occurred only a few decades ago. Why would she decide to become human just before the seal was released?
Perhaps her circumstances changed. We can only speculate on the motivations of someone who has lived for centuries. It is possible she did not feel compelled, but decided to become human out of her own desire.
Could she have met someone she wanted to have a mortal life with? Like in The Little Mermaid?
That is certainly possible, and quite romantic too.
I'll have to write this down. It could make a solid novel.
Oh, I've just realized something.
What is it?
You heard about this mermaid from the descendant of the Taishima survivor, yes?
That's correct. I feel it's only right that we are informed of the things we learned. We'd love to talk to her. We're quite curious about this mermaid treasure, too. It must have been passed down to them through the generations. I understand. I'll probably drop by her place later anyway, since I also have to handle the matter with Misuma. I'll discuss it with her then. Thanks, that'd be great! That said, in return, I have a favor to ask of you. Go ahead. We will do whatever we can. You said that seal over the entrance to Ryugu has been lifted. Is that correct?
Yes, it has most likely been gone for several months now.
Huh? Really?
A horrible curse had been swirling around the area where Taishima used to be.
Man on an island with the sun beating down and the sea breeze flowing in full suit, the guy must be the enemy stand user. Oh, it's the power of an enemy stand.
It's possible that curse is the curse of the raging waves, and is searched from Ryugu once more now that the seal has been lifted. The fact that we were able to open the metal box is proof enough that the seal has faded.
That would mean the entrance to Ryugu is now open.
Well, the situation is quite unstable now, what with the curse of the raging waves seeping in through the entrance.
At any rate, what did you want us to do? There's an island called Kamishima that is located quite close to where Taishima once was. There's something I would like you to do for me there. This request does in fact have some relation to our current conversation. Oh? Uh-oh.
Now then, Avi.
Hmm?
We decided to tell Ikuma everything, but I know there is some information you kept from him.
Smart. Our boy Avi is smart. He's the goat. See, he knows there's something off about that guy. He knew right away as well. Haha. Who? Did I?
Yes, something from the mermaid's memories. The real way to obtain immortality.
That's right. I see no reason to inform him about it. After all, no matter what he may say about tourist attractions, this guy's also after immortality. See, this guy's an excellent judge of character. I saw him straighten up when you talked about the mermaid being tortured because her captor required more than her flesh for immortality.
Are you sure? I thought this girl, if he even had one, was to quell the curse of the raging waves.
Perhaps there's that too. He even asked us to go to Kamishima and find the still-tide mirror in his stead. You did mention lifting the curse required the mirror, as well as the help of the Taishima descendant, right?
There was also something about lifting seal first, but I don't know what that part's all about.
Well, I see no harm in quelling the curse, so I say we continue to cooperate for now.
Agreed, though I do wish we did not have to approach Kamishima at all. The evil atmosphere is nauseating.
However, we must consider the possibility that Ikuma actually has his eyes set on the mermaids in Ryugu. Richter and this guy would be a power duel? So true, yes. I'm so glad you remembered Richter. The GOAT, Richter. Michael Jackson. Ow! It's possible he may be searching for mermaids, like us. I suppose that discussion can wait for later. Yeah, honestly, they both kind of radiate the same vibe now I think about it. First, we must find the treasure that the survivor managed to slip out of Taishima.
You mean the treasure required in addition to mermaid flesh when attempting to gain immortality?
Yes. It's a treasure known as the Tamatibaku. Mermaid flesh... Oh, sorry. Mermaid flesh has to be put inside and purified by it to have any effect. So provided one has both the flesh of a human mermaid and a Tamatibaku. I didn't mean to click that. Then immortality is indeed attainable. Boom.
If we could meet with a Taishima descendant, they could probably provide us with information on the Tamatibaku.
I concur. If we could get our hands on the Tamatibaku, we wouldn't have to worry about Ikoma. However, it's likely he is wary of us and will keep us from meeting the descendant.
At the very least, we know he's cautious enough to keep her name secret. Well, that's why I asked him to hand her our little souvenir.
What was that all about anyway? You sure we're not going to need that iron box?
I doubt we will need it again. Plus, you can think of it as a backup plan.
Oh, so smart. Regardless of what happens, we'll be able to meet with a descendant tomorrow. Let's get our hands on that mermaid treasure. Time to find a Tamatibaku!
Okay!
Bro, this is so intense, man. It's like one-upsmanship going on right now.
Oh, now a new plot opens? What? Ah, but I was so invested in this.
No, we gotta do this.
Sorry, no, we gotta keep going.
Hello again. Arnav Barnum's back on the scene. Allow me to summarize. As expected, Ikoma contacted us today, telling us we'd have to wait a little longer before we could meet the descendant. Thus, figuring he had no intention of letting us meet her anyway, we decided to use Sussie's ability to go looking for the descendant ourselves.
And I'm guessing the descendant is Mari Minakachi, which would explain why they both run into the... Anyways. Who exactly are you talking to?
I'm merely setting the scene. Really feels like it raises the stakes, no? Makes it feel more like a thrilling adventure.
Sure, you got me all worked up. But I'm trying to concentrate, so could you please stop distracting me?
Oh, right. Sorry. What a fucking dork. Obvious the goat. She seems focused. Best not to interrupt her now. This is the town of Ichika in Toba City. The area is one of many in the area renowned for its ama divers. Alright, time to think, I guess. Cersei is using her dowsing ability to search for the descendant right now. What's that? Doesn't her dowsing only let us look for spiritual energy? And on top of that, doesn't she have to be familiar with the energy she's looking for? That's right. I was thinking the same thing. However, Cersei was perfectly prepared. Before parting with Ikoma yesterday, she asked him to hand the iron box to the descendant where he paid her a visit. She said the descendant ought to have it, since it is so deeply connected to Taishima's history. Ikoma agreed on the matter and would apparently go through with it, assuming he did hand it over. Then the iron box with its massive amount of spiritual energy has fallen right in the lap of our target. Now, Cersei just has to use her dowsing to locate the box. At least, that's the plan.
Ooh. 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 Spooky. Ooh. More thinking, huh?
More Thinking by Schizoman. However, her dowsing's range is limited. With the spiritual energy the iron box possesses, its range is probably just 2 to 3 kilometers. So we had to narrow down the target area somewhat before starting our search. So, any idea where we might start looking for the descendant?
I think Mr. Ikoma said something about visiting her several times before she finally agreed to talk, didn't he?
He did. Which would mean that... She's a difficult person. Hold up. She must live close enough for him to have paid her frequent visits!
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, excuse me.
So I think it'd be best to start by searching the towns within Toba.
I see. But there are quite a few towns in this area, right?
About that, when we parted yesterday, Mr. Ikoma mentioned something else that stuck with me. When you asked to meet the descendant, he said he'd probably drop by later anyway, since he also had to handle the matter with Misuma.
Ah, right. He did say that. So basically... He said it like he would drop by while he was in the area, so they likely lived close to one another.
Yes, I was thinking the same. Those towns with many armor divers are our top candidates. So that means...
Oh, sorry. So that means we should probably start by searching all the towns in Toba that are home to a lot of armor divers.
That's right. We can make our way up by searching along the coast for starters.
It'd be nice if we'd at least learn the descendant's name.
We might have a lead on that. Think of your research into the past of this place.
Oh, right. I believe the name was... Okay, no. The survivor. It's either Osato or...
Minakuchi or whatever. Mari Minakuchi.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. Hold up. Oh, wait. My thing hurts. Goddamn. It's gotta be, it's gotta be Mari Minakuchi, but I just want to make sure. Somikawa, okay. A man named Somikawa. Wait, hold up. What? I thought the girl was Somikawa. Somikawa! That's what Taishima Survivor was called. If there are any descendants, then they must still bear the same name.
That's right. It's another clue we can follow.
I got it right the first time. Hey! And so we ended up spending the morning traveling along the coast from one fishing town to another. This is the 4th town we've searched so far. It's about time we actually find something. So, Celsi, what's the situation?
Want to give it a try?
Huh? Really? Will it still work if it's me?
I'll still be holding the pendulum, but you can see for yourself if you'd like.
Color me intrigued. I'm in.
All right, just like this. I'll hold the pendulum. Direct me to move in different directions to see where it reacts.
Very well. Bring it on.
The pendulum won't respond right away, so the trick is to point it in one direction and wait a while. Once you find the spot where it reacts the strongest, just shout that you figured it out.
Got it. When it comes to yelling, I'm your guy. Bruh. Okay. This is gonna take a while. I'm guessing it might be somewhere you least expect it, so just gonna keep looking at weird places. We'll probably find something. Can't be anywhere here. We've looked here. Let's go all the way out here. It's a bit of a stretch. The suspense is killing me. God damn. Oh. There! Right there! Huh? Much stronger. Okay. Well. So that's how it works. Got it. Here, right? Oh, no, here, right here, right here. There, right there!
You got it!
So that means it's somewhere up there.
Well, it may still be further out. Further out, but at least we figured out what direction to go.
I knew it was about time we hit the right spot. All right, let's follow this thing and see where it leads us.
Right.
His face just... Why he hit that face, though?
This is it. It's the apartment furthest back on this building's ground floor.
Got it. Hello? Anybody home?
Wow, you don't hesitate, huh?
We're here on behalf of Mr. Ikoma. No answer. Guess no one's home.
No, I can sense a presence.
Hello? We'd like to talk about the iron box! Oh.
What is it? Ah, you two. Avi and Cersei, is it? So you're the ones who found that iron box? Yes, that's right. You know, I've never talked to foreigners before. I'm so nervous, I can hardly think straight.
Please, no need to be so tense, Miss Omakawa. I promise we're both harmless and cheerful.
Right.
So she is a descendant of the last Taishima survivor. The way she dresses makes her look older, but I'd say she's probably around my age. That should be difficult to deal with, but now that we've actually met her, I'd say it's more like she's extremely cautious, the type to never let her guard down. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of life she's led. Still, the fact that she's wearing traditional clothing is actually quite charming. I've hardly seen anyone wearing traditional clothes since coming to Japan, which is a bit of a shock, to be honest. He likes her, sorta. She's kind of a baddie, though, I've got to say. I'll write this down in my journal. Sorry. Allow me to emphasize what an honor it is to meet a descendant of Taishima.
Who's to say it's even true?
I suppose your family must have lived in this town for generations.
Nah, I moved here a couple years back.
Oh, why's that?
That's got nothing to do with the two of you.
Ah, fair enough. Then if you don't mind me asking, do you have any other family relatives, Miss Omikawa?
Why?
Apologies. I was merely wondering if there are any other descendants.
Dunno, but I'm probably the only one left. That too will come to an end soon enough.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
No more than what I said.
So mysterious. So do you live here by yourself, Miss Omikawa?
That's right. Where exactly did you come across the iron box?
I followed this map that was in my family's possession. Supposedly, it was left behind by the Onmyoji who sealed away the curse of Taishima.
A map, you say?
It led us to the iron box. It must have been resting at the bottom of Issei Bay. Since it's such a valuable artifact deeply connected to Taishima's lost history, we felt we absolutely had to tell you about it, Miss Omikawa.
Oh, yeah?
If I may say so, I noticed your interest in the iron box. Could it be you already knew of its existence?
I didn't know it was a box, but I'd been told something still remained of the island.
That makes sense.
Speaking of that box, I don't suppose there was something inside.
Yes, inside was a record detailing how Tashima was destroyed, along with information on the curse of the raging waves.
A record?
Oh, allow me to fill you in on the details. And that sums it up. Such a horrid man, wouldn't you say? Massacring the people of Tashima because he wanted to find a mermaid that bad. The grudges left behind the events coalesced into two separate curses, and ultimately, Tashima was destroyed along with everything else. I'm sure it must be excruciating to hear the tale of how your ancestors' home was destroyed. But I believe this story should be passed down so people can learn of Tashima's true history, wouldn't you agree?
And that was all recorded in that box.
No, we better wait before broaching this topic. If she realizes that we're after the Tamatabako, it'll only make her more cautious. By the way, you may consider this the curious whims of a fantasy author, but would you be able to elucidate me on... Yeah, that's the right word, okay. Elucidate me on some of the stories that... Is it elucidate or elucidate? I've never learned how to pronounce that word. Anyways, on some of the stories that have been passed down in by your family... excuse me.
Now I get it. You also came here because you want to ask about mermaids, eh?
Alright, you got me there. It's true. But can you blame me? As a fantasy author, it is in my blood. If mermaids truly do exist, then I must sate my curiosity.
I knew it. Whatever your motives, you're not getting the Tamatabako. I'm not falling for one of Ikuma's schemes.
Did you just say that Ikuma is after the Tamatabako?
Oh, so you didn't know? Well, he is. That's exactly why I hid it somewhere no one will ever find it.
I see. It must be very precious to you, then. Well, I'm relieved that Iron Box found its way to you, then.
So, was there a cursed stone inside the iron box?
A curse what?
Don't play dumb. There must have been one.
Well... I feel like we should just tell her the truth. I mean... So you already knew about it. There was indeed a cursed stone inside.
That's what I thought. Then how about a trade? You two want the Tamatabako, don't you?
Oh? A trade? I didn't think we'd be going this far out. You certainly shook me when you said we had to take a boat all of a sudden. Do you think the Tamatabako would be hidden at sea? What an incredible plot twist! My apologies. I guess that's just the writer in me coming through. This is all too thrilling.
You sure can talk.
Oh, believe it or not, I'm actually holding back. I can actually go on and on at great length once I get started.
That wasn't praise. There's nowhere to run in an island. No matter where you go, someone is always near. It's always too loud, grating on the ears. You see, though,
Once you get this far out, it's nice and quiet. Ominous? Ominous much? Nothing but the sound of the waves. No talking, no irritating folk or commotion. Only fish swimming without a sound. He's gonna kill him. This is fine. Stop the boat. She looks so solemn. I wonder what's going through her mind. Yeah, I feel this is so ominous. I don't have a good feeling about this. Not gonna lie, I'm a little concerned she still hasn't told me the conditions of our trade. Will she ask me to trade her the curse stone? Here we go, chat. Here we go. But let's just take a quick look around, just make sure. Okay. So will you tell me what you want to trade for the Tamatibako now? You've got the Forsaken Fish curse stone with you, right? Sure do. Have a good look. The Forsaken Fish curse stone. Looks like the real deal, all right. You want to trade the stone for the Tamatibako, right? I figured as much. Well, I'm fine with those terms. Let's do it. No, that ain't it. That ain't it? You know, I once had a sister. Her name was Marisomekawa. Twin? That was her twin? What? You say you had a sister. Does that mean? Yes, she's gone. Died in an accident at sea about 5 years ago. Oh, damn. So that was her twin. I see. This whole time the game led us to believe it was her. I see. My condolences. So there actually was another descendant. You folks seem to be pinning your hopes on me just because I'm one of the descendants. But the one who actually inherited our duty wasn't me. It was my sister. Your duty? That's right. The duty of the Taishima bloodline. It's been passed down in our family for generations. Even more, our generation would be the one to handle the 400th year since the disaster. My grandpa always said it was particularly important. So there was a duty Taishima's descendants were meant to perform after 400 years. But I was young back then. I still had dreams of my own. I wanted no part in some annoying duty, so I ran away from home the first chance I got. I pushed all that responsibility onto my sister, but I know I should have helped her. I see. So that's why your sister was the one to inherit that duty. Damn. This duty you mentioned, was it to break what remains of the curse of the raging waves? I suppose they were connected, but lifting the curse would have been a step along the road, but it wasn't the goal. Oh, really? Then what was it? Hold on, let me just do a quick audio check real quick. Okay, yeah, good. Our audio's fine, seems like. Well, it was to return the mermaid that was left behind in Ise Bay to Ryugu. That was the real duty of the Taishima bloodline. Return a mermaid? So it's true! There really was a mermaid stuck in Ise Bay because she could return to Ryugu! That's right. Her name was Sobai. Oh, she's come up in her research. So she was real after all! You see, my sister that took on the family duty, it seems like she actually met Sobai herself. She got to meet the mermaid? After leaving my hometown and making a living as an armor diver, I'd all but forgotten about the duty I'd left behind. I had no idea what our duty actually entailed. When I finally learned the truth, I was crushed by regret. Regret? Why? You know, ever since I was a little girl, I'd always been fascinated by mermaids. Understandable. I read The Little Mermaid so many times, the pages of the book had started to wear away. I would see them in my dreams over and over. Back then I wanted nothing more than to become a mermaid. It's what led me to become an armor diver in the first place. But the true nature of the family duty is only revealed to the one who inherits it. I see. What bitter irony. But couldn't you meet the mermaid after you learned the truth? My sister took pity on me and attempted to call her to meet me once in secret. My sister, Mari, had shared some of the things that mermaid had told her. But you know, Sobai was a cautious mermaid who never truly opened her heart to anyone but my sister. Okay, just double check, sorry. Me, on the other hand, she avoided. I was never even allowed as much as a glimpse. Quite the bitter outcome. Mara and the mermaid had grown close as friends. They trusted each other. They were inseparable. But she never once showed herself to anyone other than my sister, not even to a close relative like myself. So she hid herself away for 400 years. Was such caution really necessary? Your sister must have been an incredible person to earn the mermaid's trust. Though I can only imagine how hard it must have been to be rejected by an existence you so deeply admired and longed to meet. Mari moved to Kamishima to be closer to Ryugo, all for the mermaid's sake. Then, one day, she got married and changed her name to Mari Minakuchi. She seemed so happy. So she got married on Kamishima. I was so jealous. I couldn't think straight, and ended up lashing out pretty badly. In an attempt to destroy my sister's relationship with the mermaid, I grabbed her family heirloom and ran off. Ah, the infamous Tamatebako, yes? Yeah. The mermaid was supposed to take it back to Ryugo, so a family had carefully kept it for centuries. And so the years went by. Then, 5 years ago, I heard that Mari had died in an accident. That's why I came back to Toba. I thought that maybe this meant the duty would be passed on to me. Of course. But by then our parents called. Our parents and all our relatives had already passed away. Sorry, I didn't mean called. Damn, I gotta say, this is some heavy shit. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of guilt you have to live with, woman. Fucking hell. Inadvertently causing a huge natural disaster that killed your sister. Like, there was no one left who knew about our duty. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know a thing. Not where the mermaid was, nor how to call her. I'd given up. But while I was digging around, that man Ikuma found out I was a descendant of Taishima. You see, I was struggling to get by. I'd sold the information my sister had told me about the mermaid. Back then I was making a living by giving folks a glimpse of the Tamatebako for a ridiculous price. And that brings us to the present, I suppose. In other words, since your sister died in that accident, your family's duty was never fulfilled. And now you want us to go find the mermaid for you. That ain't it. Dang. I guess it must have been about 3 months ago. I was wandering the coast alone when the mermaid Sobai appeared before me. Oh, you finally got to meet her. She told me this. The Sion Ryugu's gateway has been lifted, so I will be returning. Your sister had done a great deal for me, and now ask you to return the Tamatebako. Wait, what? The sea was lifted! Ah, is that perhaps why the curse of the raging waves had become active again? So what about the Tamatibaku? Did you return it to the mermaid? I was so overcome with emotion and excitement. I told her, I've hidden the relic. If you want it back, take me to Ryugu. You said what? Not being able to fulfill my duty had been weighing heavy on my heart. But in that moment, that pain was gone. On top of that, I figured the mermaid had come to fetch me. Being able to visit the land of the mermaids, there'd be no greater happiness than that. But Sobai simply told me it wasn't possible and that she'd forfeit the relic. And with that, she was gone. Oh. So the mermaid has already returned to Ryugu then. Ever since then, all I felt is despair and regret. I'm completely empty inside. There's nothing left. My family's duty had been fulfilled. That's what I meant when I said it was all over. But then, the Tamatibaku still exists, doesn't it? Sure does, but... even with such a fancy name, in the end, it's just a grimy old box. I opened it once. I was hoping there'd be some elixir of eternal youth inside or something, but it was completely empty. I'm guessing you gotta put the flesh of the mermaid inside the box, seal it, do a little weird song and dance or some shit, and then you eat it, and then you become immortal. I see. Even so, I'd still like to trade for it. Are you sure? I don't see why, but whatever. It's not like anything matters anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it all. Ugh. In the end, I never did figure out what the Tamatibaku really was. The mermaid forfeited just like that, so maybe it never had any meaning to begin with. Before we discuss the trade, would you take the time to listen to my story? Very well. I'm listening. Okay. So, either one of two things is gonna happen. We're gonna fucking die. By her hand. Or, somehow, Igoma finds us. And we die. I have a bad feeling about this. We might be getting slimed here, indeed. Yes. I am listening. What do you mean? I just listened to your whole story. Was somewhere off the coast of Toba City, accompanied only by the sound of the waves and the cries of seabirds. Did she really hide the Tamatibaku here? In a place with no landmarks whatsoever? And if it's at the bottom of the ocean here, how are we supposed to retrieve it? Miss Somikawa used to be an armor diver. Could she really be planning to go down and get it herself? Damn it. Soba has already returned to Ryugu. Even so, I will not allow myself to give up now. But I must get my hands on the Tamatibaku first. I can't shake the feeling that there's something behind me. Oh, what the? Hey, I don't like that. I don't like that. Why are you here? No, we are getting slimed after all. I knew it. Whoa! This is one of Ceci's abilities. A Shikigami. When someone's name is written on a piece of paper, she can make that paper fly towards that person. They're great for delivering messages or tracking down someone. I was pretty spooked the first time I saw it, but I've gotten used to it. Okay, fine. I just did go, whoa, but not because I was actually surprised or anything. Is something wrong? It's nothing. Don't mind me. I wonder if something happened to Cersei. I'd better read the note. Let's take a look. Ran into 2 suspicious people looking for Miss Somikawa. I drove them off for now, but be careful. Seems like something happened on Cersei's end. Oh, it was the duel with the 2 sorcerers. It's okay. They mean no harm. They don't know that, but it doesn't seem like they mean any harm. I better stay alert, just in case. But I don't think I'll mention this to Miss Somikawa. It'd only shake her up. So, what do you want in return?
I want to do whatever it takes to become a mermaid.
Miss Somikawa, don't tell me. You want me to use the curse stone?
Simply returning to the sea. That's my only wish.
No, listen, there's nothing even remotely beautiful about the curse of the Forsaken Fish. All it will do is turn you into some twisted half-fish monster. Nothing but a grotesque imitation of a mermaid!
I know. That's fine with me. This curse is the essence of that mermaid's power. I am ready to offer up my life to her.
But
whatever you do, I'll just be drowning myself anyway. So you won't be dirtying your hands. All you have to do is use the curse. My wish will be granted and you will be doing me a kindness. That's all there is to it.
just hold on a minute, okay? This just... No, don't kill yourself. You're too sexy. I'm sorry.
The tobacco is hidden beneath the floorboards of my house. Please, do this for me.
Really? That's where you hid it? Just, that's it? It's in the fucking crusty crab-ass hiding place? In the bed? Under the mattress? Hello? Miss Somikawa, wait! She's already gone. Will she come back up if I just wait long enough? Oh! Oh my god, Chad, do we kill her? Bruh. Holy shit, wait, no! This is not good! We're possibly killing someone right now. It's either we're killing someone or let them die. Either way she dies, but still, it's like, what? Hey, yo. So we were both wrong. We weren't dying. It was she who was dying. She just... I mean, the signs were there. Like, the empty look in her eyes. You know, she was clearly very beyond depressed and just done with life. But, oh, God. Is there a choice? Can we just wait for her to die? Or do we get her? Do we save her? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. And then that raises the other issue of what if they already found it under the floorboards? You know what I mean? Like, what we might need her. Either... Oh, my God. Okay. Tough choices we gotta make here. She's nowhere to be seen. Of course, she is an armor diver after all. Is it too late to call for help? Was she even accepted? No. No, this isn't good. This isn't good. Think, Olaf! Think! Damn it, what now? What do I do? Should I grant her last wish? Surely no worse than helplessly standing about as she drowns herself. Right. She was serious about this. She's been dreaming about mermaids ever since she was little. I know exactly how that feels. It may be a curse, but still. I will honor her wishes by unleashing the mermaid's power. It's how she wanted to go. But that's the other thing, though. He would have blood on his hands. He'd technically be a murderer. But then, wouldn't it be more like euthanasia? You know what I mean? Fucking hell. We have no choice. I might be the only one who actually understands Miss Somikawa's feelings. If I don't act now, it'd be like denying her final hope and dream. We have to do it. Wait, what happens if we just wait? I'm curious. I'm just gonna wait this out. And then see if it triggers anything. An achievement or a sub-story. Her body just like floats back up or some shit. I'm curious. Now obviously I'm gonna do the use curse option, but I'm just so curious what happens here. We're gonna wait. How long does it take for someone to drown? Probably a while, right? Like 3 minutes? 2? I mean, sorry, no. It takes less than that, but like in I'm a diver. I know that she a diver and all, but I would just dive after her and pull her back onto the boat. Guys, I think I found Avi in chat. I don't blame you. She kinda bad low-key. But no, I wouldn't let her die. Jokes aside now, but still. It's a tough choice to make. Let's wait it out for a bit, see what comes up. I feel like it might trigger something if we just wait. I just have this feeling. I don't know. But still, not only that, like how is it even possible? I mean, I guess it is possible. You just forcefully sink to the ocean. We're gonna give it 30 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, I feel like if I was in Avi's shoes, I'd probably just use the curse too. I'd just say fuck it. If that's what she wanted, she consented to it, but there was no record of it. But I mean, hey, it's his word, her word, both their words. I don't know. Hold on, let me just drink this water real quick, and then we'll get to the using curse part. Hopefully nothing happens, and then I don't end up spitting out my water. All right. Let me just make sure of something real quick here. Does it say anything about divers? Oh! Like how long? Does it give like any funny tips on how long they can last in the water? Like it'd just be so funny if they were like, oh, they actually last like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's just get on with it. That's gonna weigh on him for sure. After that, we managed to quietly retrieve the Tamatebako from beneath the floor of Miss Somikawa's house. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality was to obtain the mermaid flesh. Since Sobai had already returned to Ryuko, we placed our hopes on the last remaining mermaid, Nagame. But we had to act fast. Otherwise, Ikoma or even those Paranormal Affairs Bureau psychics would get in our way. It might have been the after effects of using the curse, but I got sick the next day and had to spend a full day bedridden at the inn. How pathetic. That's when I heard news that 2 female divers had gone missing near Toba. The fact that I'd been involved in both incidents made me feel even worse. When Cersei heard the news, she just mumbled something with an unreadable expression on her face. I had no choice. There was simply no other way. Well, that's at least what I kept telling myself as I struggled to get out of bed. The next day, August 7th, we set out to gather more information on Nagami and the other mermaids. We traveled to Kamishima, the island where Mari Somikawa, or rather Mari Nakachi, used to live. And it ends like that! Okay, this is the Arnav route. I don't know if this is the true ending. I don't know if this is just the happier route. I don't know. And we'll never know. At least not today. Because now, I gotta end stream. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And we'll be back with more Paranormasight: The Mermaid's Curse tomorrow. Oh my god, this is getting so intense and exciting. I better work on that video, the highlights video, so that you guys get caught up with everything that's been happening. Anyways, yeah. Take care. And, peace.